Another hot and humid day across Connecticut, with some parts of the state seeing thunderstorms move through this afternoon. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Priscilla Meza. Now, as we head into the weekend, the big question is whether the heat and humidity will stick around or if some relief is on the way. Meteorologist Sam Sampiri is here with a check of the forecast. Sam.
Well, Priscilla, the answer is we're going to keep the heat, but we're going to get rid of the humidity temporarily for maybe 24 hours, and then Sunday we'll pick up the humidity again before some more storms come Sunday night. So our weekend preview is going to be beautiful, actually. Partly to mostly sunny tomorrow with highs 85 to 90 inland and up near 90 in inland areas with sun mixing with clouds in the afternoon. But both days should be warm and dry, really great for outdoor activities. There goes the leftover showers and storms. We did have a couple of little severe thunderstorm warnings in eastern Litchfield County, into Hartford and New Haven County, but they did die out. There was some history of some gusty winds, vivid lightning, and heavy rain. Here comes the main cold front. It'll just bring some clouds overnight, maybe a sprinkle. Right now, temperatures are still mild and relatively muggy. 70 in Torrington to 75 in Hartford, 78 in New Haven. You see these dew points are still up there near 70. So again, it's going to be gradual. We'll really notice the humidity turning much lower by tomorrow. Winds aren't that much, so overnight, clear to partly cloudy, lows down into the mid-60s. Will gradually turn less humid. And for your Saturday, mostly sunny and very warm, but pleasant with high temperatures. Look at this, wall-to-wall sunshine. Highs basically reaching 85 to as high as 90 in downtown Hartford. A beautiful day. That's the key, a dry northwest wind at 5 to 15. Coming up, I will detail when we can expect some showers and storms Sunday night. And next week, some big changes on the way. Priscilla?
All right, the day U.S. soccer fans have been waiting for has arrived. Right now, the men's U.S. team is playing Paraguay in its first World Cup match. It started an hour ago, and the USA leads Paraguay 3-0 at halftime. The energy at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles is electric tonight, but so are the watch parties around Connecticut. Fox 61's Tim Latow went to Pratt Street in Hartford to take in all the excitement.
Here at Vaughn's on Pratt Street, there are so many fans packed in to watch the big game. There's an even bigger crowd outside watching on the Jumbotron as well. We'll step out of the way and give you a better look at what's going on in here. There's so many fans lining the walls looking at the TV as they're all hoping that Team USA is able to pull off the win against Paraguay. They're all hopeful and have a lot of confidence in the team. But of course, Team USA is favored in this round against its remaining matches against Turkey and Australia as well. Fans have come in here from all around the state, even as far as New Haven and every corner of the state as well. They've driven far just to get to Pratt Street where all this excitement is at. The excitement has been building all day, and it has culminated with the showing of the game here tonight. So many fans are here, hopes are high, and they hope that Team USA is able to make a bold run through the World Cup. In Hartford, Tim Latow, Fox 61.
All righty, we'll check back in with Tim in about 30 minutes. But first, let's get to some of today's headlines. We're learning more about what federal investigators are requesting from the city of New Britain after leaders were served a subpoena yesterday for any documents related to former Mayor Aaron Stewart, and were told they would have to testify in front of a grand jury. This comes after allegations that Stewart misused a city purchasing card and spent more than $200,000 for personal benefits. Among testifying in front of a grand jury, the subpoena requests the city give certain documents from 2016 to 2025. That includes Stewart's use of city funds, also reimbursements Stewart's received, and the policy of the city's purchasing card. Federal officials also want documents related to New Britain's membership at the Hartford Club, accounts, and purchases on Amazon. It also includes records of the mayor's trophy charitable fund, all documents related to audits of Stewart's P card, and a list of all New Britain directors of finance and the dates they served. The subpoena says New Britain city leaders will have to testify before a grand jury on July 28th at 9 a.m. at the Robert N. Giaimo Federal Building in New Haven. Norwalk fire crews responded to a house fire on Huron Road this morning. Firefighters arrived to find smoke and flames coming from the home and were able to bring the fire under control. A crew searched the home and confirmed no one was inside. No injuries were reported, and the cause of fire is still under investigation. A big development in the heartbreaking homicide we told you about this week in Winsted. Police have now arrested Leon Stetson and charged him with murdering Carrie Stetson in her house on Monday. The chief medical examiner's office tells us Carrie died as a result of injuries related to a stabbing. Fox 61's Celine Arif has more.
State police say he's also facing home invasion and violation of a protection order charges. They put Leon under arrest at Hartford Hospital, where he's being treated for trying to end his own life after allegedly taking Carrie's. While Carrie was pronounced dead at the scene, officers found Leon with a 4-inch cut on his neck. On Tuesday, the hospital called police to let them know Leon was alert and writing a confession on a piece of paper since he can't speak due to his injury. He was questioned by officers who had him write his responses down, which are now placed in evidence. On Friday, he appeared in virtual court for an appearance, and a judge set his bail at $3 million. We'll keep you posted as we learn more.
The Office of Early Childhood has opened an investigation into High Meadows Resort 2 days after an 8th grade student died following a medical emergency in a swimming pool during a school field trip. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules is in Granby with more on the investigation and reaction from the community.
High Meadow Resort is an Office of Early Childhood licensed youth camp through late June to mid-August. Outside of those months, the OEC says the resort rents its facilities out to schools and private groups. Some people I spoke with say after this incident, they're not sure they want to bring their children or grandchildren there.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't be comfortable sending my kids there.
A grandparent who wanted to remain off camera says her grandchildren are supposed to go to High Meadow Resort later this summer, but now she's not so sure.
I would be concerned as to what it was like during regular camp season, or definitely not during school trips.
Wednesday, Granby police said they received a report about a drowning incident just before 2:30 in the afternoon. A boy was pulled from the pool unresponsive. Police say a Simsbury police officer was in the area at the time and began treating the boy. He was taken to Connecticut Children's Medical Center, where he later died. Granby police identified the child as 14-year-old Amari Marshall Woodard. Police say he was an 8th grader in the Springfield School District. Natasha Bretzlavsky says this incident hits home for so many people.
It's very, very sad because I have 2 grandkids and the 2 boys too. They like to swim.
She says this incident should be a reminder to everyone to pay extra attention to children in water.
Just be careful and pay attention.
The OEC says it's now investigating the circumstances surrounding the incident to determine if any required changes would affect the operation of the High Meadow Summer Camp. In Granby, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating after a laser was reportedly shined into the cockpit of a Delta flight over Connecticut. The FAA says the flight crew reported seeing a green laser around 9:15 Thursday night while flying over Norwich. The aircraft landed safely and no injuries were reported. Officials have not said where the laser originated, but the FAA warns that pointing a laser at an aircraft is a federal crime and poses a serious safety risk. The agency says local authorities have been notified and the incident remains under investigation. This was the scene in Waterbury today after a tractor trailer overturned on Huntington Avenue. Police say no one was injured in the crash and the truck was not carrying any hazardous materials. Officials say the trailer was transporting rolled metal coils at the time of the incident. The crash forced a temporary road closure, but the area has since reopened to traffic. The city of Waterbury is moving forward with several infrastructure projects aimed at improving safety and accessibility. The city officials have awarded a more than $3.4 million contract for sidewalk improvements at locations across the city. Construction is expected to begin in July and continue into next year. Waterbury has also approved a project to upgrade traffic signals with new LED lights designed to improve visibility and reduce maintenance costs. Meanwhile, the city says the Frost Road Bridge over the Mad River remains open to vehicle and pedestrian traffic following an updated load rating. The Department of Energy and Environmental Protection has announced 2 new grant programs aimed at improving the health of urban and community forests across Connecticut. One program will help municipalities remove dead or hazardous trees and plant new ones, while the other will support forest management projects in rural communities and tribal lands. State officials say the funding will help communities improve air and water quality, reduce urban heat, and build resilience against pests, diseases, and severe weather. A day after President Donald Trump declared the war with Iran over, he's now accusing Tehran of spreading false information about a possible agreement. The dueling claims are raising new questions about whether a lasting deal is actually within reach. Karen Kaifa is in Washington with the latest.
President Donald Trump on social media Friday calling out Iran for what he described as inaccurate descriptions of a proposal to end the war. Very dishonorable people to deal with, the president wrote. With them, there is no such thing as dealing in good faith. Iran's foreign minister, meanwhile, said on social media, a deal has never been closer, and all details will be shared with the public in due course. On Thursday night, President Trump said during a political event that the war had ended.
I don't know if you heard, but we ended the war with Iran today, and they have agreed never to have a nuclear weapon, something that we insisted on.
A senior Trump administration official said Iran had agreed to dismantle its nuclear program and destroy and remove nuclear material. The official said the Strait of Hormuz would reopen and Iran would end proxy support of terrorist groups. Iran's foreign minister Friday cautioned against speculation about the details of the agreement. While President Trump has made a number of previous claims of an imminent deal, experts say this may be different.
But the fact that they have gotten so far that he's willing to go out on this type of a limb and say that they're this close, I think means that they are indeed quite close.
A signing ceremony for a memo of understanding would most likely be held in Geneva, Switzerland, sources say, not far from where Trump and the U.S. delegation will attend a G7 summit next week in France. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.